Blessings, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. Today I wanted to talk about boundaries. Often in our culture, needs are treated as a burden. Think about how when we bump into someone, we say, "Excuse me," right? Or "Pardon me," right? So there's this feeling that our needs are a burden on others in our culture. So boundaries are the way that we protect our happiness. Boundaries in the simplest level are simply what is okay and what is not okay. So what you want and what you don't want. And being very clear and explicit about those needs. The reason boundaries are important is because they help set a container for your needs to be met. So either your need isn't being met and you need to ask for it, that's a boundary, or you have a need for something else that is happening. So I love this idea. Brene Brown talks about how, love without boundaries is not love. Compassion without boundaries is not compassion. And what she's seen in her research is that, when she started looking at who the most kind people were, she expected them to be the most giving, right? To be the nicest, right? But what she found was actually the opposite, is that the people that were kindest were also the most boundaried. And that's because if you don't have boundaries and you give, most likely you'll get to a point of resentment, or you'll get to a place of burnout because you haven't created the container for yourself to protect your happiness and to protect your well-being. So boundaries allow us and protect us from self-sacrifice, and they also protect us from having our borders and boundaries crossed. The other aspect of this is when you have boundaries, if you can take the point of view that people aren't sucking on purpose, it's an inherently selfish act. Because you're trusting that people are doing their best, even if how they're showing up isn't necessarily how you would do it or how you want them to show up. So boundaries are very, very important. It allows us to continue to give without expectation. It allows us to get our needs met. And it allows us to protect our optimism and trusting in the innate good of humanity. So very, very essential. So let's start by closing our eyes and just doing a scan, noticing what is alive for you today. As I speak on boundaries, as I speak on needs being met, what is alive for you as I say those things? You don't need to put a story to it, but just noticing the effect in your physiology. What are you feeling in your physical body? We don't need to judge it or change it, simply being aware how this experience is showing up in your physical body. Staying connected to this place, this own inner sovereignty. And I'll say a short invocation. Father, Mother, God, we thank you, we honor you, we love you. Mother Earth, thank you for supporting us, giving us all of the blessings that are needed. Thank you, Creator, for reminding us of our sovereignty each and every day. Through having our needs unmet, thank you for teaching us how to stand for ourselves, how to own our experience and honor our sovereignty, honor our own unique gifts and requirements, needs, wants, and emotions. Creator, thank you for teaching all of us what it feels like to have healthy boundaries with those in our lives. Thank you, Creator, for allowing these boundaries to come gracefully and easefully. Thank you, Creator, for allowing even that awkward conversation, even if it's a few moments, being able to express it with love. Thank you, Creator, for allowing us to express our needs without falling into fawning or softening our need in order to suit the needs of another. May we be explicit, clear, and straightforward, leaving no room for misinterpretation as we express what our needs are. Creator, thank you for allowing our boundaries to protect our sovereignty, to protect our uniqueness and how we can show up in the world. Thank you, Creator, for opening our hearts again and again and again, and for opening the hearts of those in our lives that need to hear our expression of boundaries and needs. Thank you, Creator, for allowing this process to be full of light, full of love, full of connection. May we bridge this bridge of authenticity to all the people in our lives. May we name what our needs are and what our boundaries are for the highest love of all beings. Aho matakoyasin. Amen. Lakesh alaken. Shabbat shalom. Om shanti shanti shanti. Peace, peace, peace. I'd like to play the bowl for you as you pray. So I welcome you now to voice whatever boundaries that you are needing, whether they are boundaries with yourself, boundaries with another, asking for your needs, or asking for what you don't, asking and naming the things that you don't want. So just take a moment to name those things out loud and allow it to be a co-creative process with the universe, with the earth, and with your own needs and boundaries. Just name it out loud for the highest love of all. Thank you all so very much for your prayers, for expressing your needs. I invite you to stay in meditation as long as you'd like. And I invite you to continue, or even to begin, to express your boundaries and your needs to those in your life. Thank you all so very much, and I'll see you tomorrow.